Okay, good evening, everybody. This is Life Issue and this is Blessing. Thank you so much for coming to my channel today. I do appreciate everyone that comes to join me whenever I'm doing a live show. Now, on this channel, we want to talk about every time trending news, anything that has to do with family, with religion, anything that has to do with our lifestyle. That is what we are called Life Issue. So I'm going to just dive into it because this news is very controversial and it's something that is trending now in America. Okay, so this is what is just happening in America. So I'm going to start with showing you the picture of the pastor in question. So this is the pastor in question. He is called Reverend Colby Mitchell. So that is the Reverend. Now he happens to be a social media. I'm going to call him a social media pastor. I have every information. I'm going to download everything to you guys. And I'm not making this video to criticize him or to call him out. I'm just making this video to show you guys what is happening. Now, if you go to our news, if you go to our Twitter account, you can watch the sex tape. I'm not showing it here. If I show it here, YouTube and Facebook would take me down. All right, so let's go straight into it. Now, I'm going to show you his website, so that you can actually look at his profile and who he is. All right, so let me show you who he is. Yeah. So, oh, this is not, oh dear, wait. So this is Pastor or Reverend Colby Mitchell. He happens to be a very popular social media pastor. He preaches, he has a lot of followers. He's on social media in the US, he's well known. Unluckily for him, his sex tape was leaked today. Now, people wonder, why is it that this particular sex tape is controversial? Now, if you want to head on to my Twitter to watch the sex tape before you come back, it's fine for you to head there. But this is him. Let me just put he's actually a preacher. So no, this is a song. I want to, just give you one of his preaching. Yeah. All right, so that's him. Okay, I'm going to stop sharing his face. I'm going to try and stop sharing his Facebook page. So that is Pastor Colby Mitchell. Now, he does a lot of evangelism. He does a lot of crusades, social media. I don't think he has a physical church. From my research, he doesn't have any physical church. Everything he does is on social media. Now, I'm going to play one of the tape that he was attacking people that are LGBT. So he was attacking gay people, and he was like talking about, because I think a pastor I think it was last year, a pastor in America was caught on sex tape, and he went after the person and he was talking about the person. So let's watch this sex tape, him talking about another pastor that was caught and what he had to say about it. Listen to what he said. He was actually critical of LGBT. Listen to him.
Oh, that nigga is gay. Oh, he hot top baba. That nigga is gay.
Good. That's him calling somebody a nigger and saying someone is gay. So let's break what happened. So Pastor Colby Mitchell sex tape of him having a same-sex marathon was leaked early this morning in the US, and it went viral. So it's all over social media. Now, the information I'm getting is that it's not just only one sex tape that is out there. So from what we're getting, which I was only able to get just one of the sex tape, which I have already uploaded in my Twitter. Twitter is a little bit, that's a little bit kind of like you can have some of these tapes there and they don't take it down. It was raw. It was real raw. The guy was giving it to him from the back like it was real raw. If Twitter takes it down, that's fine. But that sex tape is all over. So you can head over to my Twitter account, which is Life Issues 11, and watch it. I'm going to just type it here. But, from when I was doing my research, you guys know I love doing my research. What someone said was that it wasn't just only one tape. It's more than one tape. But why is it that the Christian community is actually, there's an outcry in the Christian community about this? Why are people shouting and angry? Now, before I even go there, I'm going to play for you an audio of Rev Colby Mitchell and Larry Reid. I love listening to Larry Reid. He's still on it now. He's still live. I'm going to play because he came on to Larry Reid's live show on Facebook, and he has this to say. So I'm going to play this for you. Hold on, let me just get that tape so I can play it for you so you can listen what he had to say. Because you know how Larry Reid is. If you're a fan of Larry Reid, you know that he doesn't take sides with anybody. He wants to hear everybody's side of the story before he makes up his mind about what actually transpired or what happened. So I'm going to let me just share my screen, and I'll go to, if I go to my, I'm going to open my, oh dear. Good. All right, watch this. Listen to this. All right, so you can hear him saying that this sex tape is not something recent. I don't know if you guys heard him. I'm going to play it again so you can hear him, what he had to say about it. So what he's saying is that this sex tape is not something recent. Now, people are doubting what he's saying because they are saying that it is recent. But when he was on Larry Reid Live, he said it wasn't recent. It happened 5 years ago. And of course, if you know Larry Reid and the way he does his show, that he was sympathetic to the man, because he himself had experienced a gay relationship in his life, so he kind of like understood where the guy was coming from. Let's listen to what he had to say. All right, so what he's saying, what Reverend Colby is saying is that the person that exposed them was the baby mama. So his partner, his same-sex partner, baby mama, exposed their tape. So this pastor or reverend has been living a life. He didn't want to come out. He didn't want to tell people that he was gay. And he goes on pulpit. He criticizes LGBT community, but in his closet, in his inner sanctuary, he happens to be part of the LGBT. And a baby mama gets hold of that tape and leaked it. Now, I'm going to allow you to listen to all he had to say before I start talking. All right, listen. All right, so I'm going to stop you here because they start talking about his sexuality and the fact that Kobe is, handsome and good enough and his body is fine. Now that's Larry Wright, his own way of doing his own live show. That's him, okay? So I'm going to play Reverend Kobe's apology video that he did earlier this morning for you to watch what he had to say, because he did come out and he did apologize. And also on Larry Reid Live, he did also apologize. So I want you to just have a picture of what is going on before I have my say. All right, so let's play his apology, what he said when he was apologizing. Oh, come on, where's the video? Oh dear. I can't find it. I'm going to go back and I'm going to look for it again because he had a lot to say. And when I was watching him, I don't know whether he's apologizing because he got caught or he's apologizing because he was really, okay, video. I don't seem to be getting it. But I'm going to go straight to how do I get this video now? Well, I thought I saved it, but I can't find it. So just give me 1 minute and I'll get the video and I'll show everybody what he had to say, because it's very important that we listen to what he had to say and we make up our own judgment. All right, so wait. All right, so when I was watching his apology video, for me as a blogger, I just felt like he was apologizing for being caught, not apologizing because he wasn't being real as a preacher. I mean, it's not about him coming out. For me personally, it's not about him it's about the fact that if not for the fact that he was caught, we wouldn't have known. And then he's preaching, he's criticizing people when he's doing the same thing. Okay, let me see if I can get the video now, because I have it up, but I don't know why it's not showing. Okay, so let me see if it's gonna come up now. It's still not coming up. All right, it's not coming up. I'm just gonna play it as a link, so you guys can hear it, because it's not coming up. So I'm gonna play it as a link so that you can just hear what he had to say. So I'm playing it now. All right, you heard what he said. I'm going to share my screen and see if I can show you him saying what he had to say. So let's see. I don't know why I can't show it. But basically, he came out, he apologized, but I just don't know whether his apology is sincere or his apology is because he got caught. I don't know. Yeah, that's it. All right, let's play it now. All right, that's it now. Thank you. I've got it. So listen. Play. is it not playing? Oh, I don't know why it's not playing. Oh. Okay, that's him apologizing. And when I watched it, I was just asking myself, what is apology all about? Is the apology because he got caught? Is the apology because he's been lying and criticizing and the LGBT community when he also happens to be gay? Is the apology because he has followers who might leave him and he doesn't want to let them go? What is behind his apologies? I don't really know what he meant by he's sorry. What is he sorry about? I didn't get that, sincerity or enough of, what will I say, confirmation or information from him to make me want to believe that he understood why people are angry or why people are talking about this. Okay. Now, let me just, because I had to go through people's comments. I went to YouTube, I went to Twitter, and I was trying to read up why people are angry. Why is it that people are talking about this man of God and what he did? Now, from what I can understand or what I could hear on the street is that it's not because about his sexuality, because a lot of people have come out in America recently, especially after the COVID, who were actually sexually inclined to the same sex, and people accept them for that because we are all preaching equality and diversity, and we're all trying to say, love of God and everything, accept people. So it's not really because of that, because he's not an African. If this man is an African and his church is in Africa and this sex tape was leaked, he will have more backlash, okay? But we're talking about American pastor based in America. So the willingness to, forget it and forgive it and not even take it to be anything is more because it's in the Western world. But why Americans are talking about it, and there were a lot of people who were making a lot of harsh comments on Larry Leeds live show, is because we want pastors to be sincere on the pulpit. If you're going to be a pastor, if you're going to be a man of God, be sincere on the pulpit. What we look for in ministry is honesty and sincerity. If a pastor is going to say, thou shalt not fornicate, thou shalt not commit adultery, thou shalt not sin, we expect him, because he's a moral compass, to be the same. I know people will come on and say, oh, they are pastors, they are human, they can fall. But when it comes into the seats, when it comes into the fact that he is doing this and he is criticizing the community, the minority in his pulpit, and he's laughing at them, but he is actually one of them, it's the seats. That's why people are talking about this, because he comes out, he criticizes LGBT, but he's actually part of the community. So why make them your topic? Why make a jokery about them with some of your videos? I've watched some of his video when he made silly comments about LGBT community. But he is part of that community. But he didn't want to come out. So what was he preaching? Where is the love that he's preaching? Where is the love that he's preaching? Why does he say something else in the pulpit, but in his closet he is something else? So that is why people are talking about this pastor and what happened. Now, if you haven't seen the sex tape, which he said was uploaded by a baby mama, I keep saying it, baby mamas can destroy your life. Baby mamas can mess you up if you are not careful. Why did they even have that? Why did they even have that particular sex scene taped? What was it for? Or was it for a memorial or what? You know you are a public figure. You know you're on social media. You know you don't want to come out. You know you're attacking the society that you're also a part of. Then you had a sex tape and you kept it. And now you're saying 5 years later, a baby mama got hold of this tape and she's showing us. Do we as Christians need to see this? Do we need to see a man that we call a man of God who is living a double life? He actually affects Christianity, actually affects our faith. If I know that my man of God is one thing and I'm going to that church knowing that he's this, is okay. I'm accepting him and his, his way of life and his life. I know this is it. And I'm going to that church. I know this is what my man of God is, and I accept him because I know he's a man and he's not God. But when a man of God preaches as if he's above board, as if he cannot sin, as if he's equated with God and he's the same with God, but really in his closet, he is just like every other person, it gets the Christian community angry and upset. So that's why people have a lot of harsh words and harsh things to say about this story, because he was living a double life. There are some pastors or some churches that are being headed by LGBT community, and people go to that church. People feel comfortable going to that church. There are some pastors, we know that they are crooks, they are robbers, they are even fornicators, they are even sleeping with their congregation. People still go to that church. There are some pastors we know that they are conducting or manipulating their miracles, and all of them are fake. People still go to that church because people have accepted them for what they are. And they know that we all have sinned in the sight of God. And, we are all Christians. We are all attending to be great. But when a man of God does something else and preaches something else, it affects faith. So we need to be very careful. Let's stop this double life of Christian. If you're a pastor, come out. Let's know. Let's stop saying it is unchristian-like. Let's know how many people are. And then let's preach it, knowing that this is what it can happen in Christianity. Because the problem is, some people are preaching this is not Christian-like. You cannot be a Christian and be in the LGBT community. You cannot, as if it's immoral. But when you guys, pastors, are actually also gay and lesbians. So maybe if more of you come out and stop the negativity, people in the Christian community will have more love towards the LGBT community. That's all I have to say about the story. When I saw the story, at first I was like, okay, and why is it that he was being attacked? Because I know a lot of American pastors that recently, even musicians, popular Christian musicians that recently came out. Now, it's almost like every month somebody else is coming out. So by now, Christianity should be getting used to it because many people are coming out. So I was wondering, why was this a news? Why was it a news? Until I found out that he was hiding and he was doing it. And he was attacking the same community that he is a part of. And that is hypocrisy. And that is not Christ-like. And that is why you guys make a mockery of Christianity. This is my take on this story. I don't know what you guys think. Drop your comments. At the end of the day, I know my African sisters and brothers will come and, talk. But the point is, let's look at the action of this pastor. If he wants to be in porn or show, can he remember he has people that are following him, congregation, souls? If he wants to open OnlyFans, what's that website that you can open and do your porn and people pay for it, let him open it. But if he is going to be a pastor and have people following him, do we need to see his sexuality on social media? Does he need to take the sex tape? There are things that we want to see from our pastors. I don't want to see my pastor's nakedness or him sleeping with, even if it's a man or a woman. I don't want to see my pastor on social media fucking anybody. I don't want to see that. So it was bad judgment for him to have done that. Because, listen, I don't know why people do it, and this thing keeps happening almost every time. When relationships are so rosy, you start having sex tapes. Remember, don't forget that it can go sour one day. And as a public figure, as a pastor, as a believer, remember, as the days goes darker and darker, people can use that against you. But this is my thoughts about the story. If you actually want to watch the sex tape, go to my Twitter handle, and also make sure you subscribe when you get there. Thank you so much for watching. Thank you so much for listening to me. I don't know what you guys think. If there's any advice you have for anybody out there who is in the public figure, who is a minister, who is a pastor, can you please drop it, because someone would learn. Because we need to be talking about this in Christianity. We need to be advising people, because the more we keep quiet and we say we should not talk, the more mistakes that people are making. We need to talk and advise. Please, if you're a young pastor out there, remember, whatever you are doing in secret can be leaked. It can get into the wrong hand. Be very careful. And remember, so many people are angry. So many people are abusing him. People that he actually made to give. People will stay with him. Some people will stay. Well, there's someone out there who must have given their life through his church, who now feels that he deceived her, or he was, his ideology is not real. The person will now leave Christianity and start saying that's how Christianity is. And we are all going to be blamed for one person's character. That's my take on this story. What do you guys think about it? Drop your comments. God bless you. Bye-bye. And please don't forget to subscribe. Thank you.